I'm here with Inertia and Human Virtues and
Cillian, our producer.
Cillian, the producer.
Arthouse Records.
Arthouse Records. I'm going to follow that up. So, who are you? Where are you based? Inertia. I'll start with Inertia.
Well, we're based Dublin, I suppose, and we're all from like different areas. So, I'd be from Greystones, Ty's from Bray or Wexford. Oscar was from Bray. He's from Steafmeets now. And Lucy's from, where do you want to say you're from?
I don't want to say I'm from
the
moon.
Moon.
Monkstown. Is that better than Blackrock? Yeah.
And so what material have you got out now? You have
So we have 2 singles out at the moment. And
we wouldn't say they represent our
they're early
sound.
stuff.
Yeah.
They're early stuff, but we're working at the moment. We're working on an EP. Should be out November, December,
something like that. Yeah, the singles start coming out in November, and then in December the EP should be out.
Yeah.
And why did you get into the
Music.
rock music? Yeah. Why did you?
We all just sort of liked it.
Yeah.
Lucy sort of started the band, I suppose.
Yeah.
With
ex-member.
Ex-member, yeah. We've had a few changes.
Yeah.
So does anyone else want to take this
Rocky
one?
history.
Well, the ex-member, not to be named, texted me asking for a guitar player.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play guitar, but I heard Ryan was playing guitar, so I asked them to call him, and that was sort of the start of it for me anyway. And then it's just been like a few years.
She left, and it was like 3 of us for a while, and then we found our good friend Ty here, who was willing to
After
jam with
going
us.
through other people as well.
Yeah, we had
We landed on time.
a few rotating bassists, and then Lucy became the bassist, and then Ty stepped in for lead guitar / piano.
And who are your main influences? Just out of curiosity, or what influences you as a band?
We all kind of have different influences because we all come from different backgrounds musically.
I feel like you two probably have quite a similar.
Yeah, we'd be
taste.
like, we're big into our Myrtle Capital and like Fontaines and like those Irish bands, but then it's sort of like we like that post punk sort of stuff, and then. But I don't even know if our sound represents our influences that much.
I wouldn't really say so.
I wouldn't say we're post punk at all. Like,
It's kind of a mixture between everyone else's different kind of things they like.
Yeah.
Like, what about you?
Well, I don't know, because I always grew up with like really old music, or not really old music, but like the 1800s.
Classical music is the only music.
No, but
I always found it hard to say with the band sound because like I had my influences with drumming, but then that wouldn't really trickle into what we play with the band because we would just like bounce ideas off each other.
Yeah.
So we kind of just find
It's
stuff.
an amalgamation of everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a weird mutant.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, if we were to name 3 bands that we think our sound is sort of similar to, I'd always say the Pixies. I don't know who else I'd say.
A little touch of Arctic Monkeys.
A little
I
touch
feel
of
like
Arctic
you got a little
Monkeys.
bit of catfish in the bottom end.
A little bit of catfish in the bottom, yeah. So yeah, it's a nice little mix.
So COVID-19 has that actually affected us? Well,
It was a really big stint in the whole practicing, and then I only got back into it like a month and a half.
I think
we
at
planned
the same time though, it kind of encouraged us to really hit the ground running when we came
Good
back.
though,
Because we were like dying to record.
Yeah, but
this.
we've been working non-stop, really.
Yeah.
Because we've all been free for the past like 2 months. We've just been recording like all the fucking
No one's been
time.
away, so that's like the silver lining. No one's been away. We've been able to like get recording. Once the regulations were, 6 people inside, we were down here straight away.
Yeah,
It's
it's strange. Once you're started with like that creative output, and you just really want to get back into it once you're like
It's just we're dying for gigs to get back. That's the main thing. It's
Yeah,
just, like,
my
we're dying to
God.
play again, because they're just such good crack.
Well, one thing I'd add as well is like it was a real big difference to last summer because we were like going into last summer thinking like, oh yeah, we're gonna get all this shit done.
Yeah.
And then we were all away at different times.
Yeah,
and it
we
just
really
didn't work
didn't
out at
factor
all.
that in.
Yeah.
and so did you miss out on any gigs? Did you lose any gigs due to COVID?
We did.
There was one we had
We were going to play for the UCD Irish Ball, and I got cancelled because of the COVID-19. So
Yeah, that was like right on the line as well.
Yeah.
Like it was coming up,
that
and we were like, "Am I not getting cancelled?"
We're all going to be in suits and stuff.
Yeah, we were so excited.
Get their free dinner as well.
Yeah.
the joys
was
of
fair
being-
how.
the joys of being a musician. Like.
He's recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my gaff.
Owen's got to kit it out with
This is the midnight room. If you want to come down to the midnight room and record, come on.
Small plug.
Plug there.
But yeah, this is where we made all
Arthouse
this stuff.
Productions.
Yeah, it's I feel like it's a great place.
You used to be up in Cillian's before you got it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
properly done up.
Yeah.
That was a pain
I have
to
like a
get to.
spot like in my gaff set up the same way, but it's just nowhere near as big. It's grand for like a couple of people, but like a 4-man band plus Owen is like it's just too cramped.
Plus
It's
And all the vape smoke. That's all I can picture from recording, and it's just like a cloud of smoke in that room.
That's the vibe, Lucy.
Oh my god.
You don't need a smoke machine.
Just keep tying.
Nah.
And would you say the scenery in around greystones and grey area actually would have a bit bigger influence, or was it kind of limited? Like,
On the music?
yeah. Sorry, music. I didn't take
I'd
that.
say I've been around Brain still has an influence.
Being around Bray, I'm
No,
not sure
no,
about the
it's
scenery.
Yeah.
The way, like,
Yeah.
growing up in Bray
Yeah.
definitely is, it definitely adds a certain, there's like a certain identity from
Yeah,
Bray.
because
Yeah,
you've got a
great
completely different
personality.
childhood than I do.
Yeah, the people you meet and the shit you get up to.
Yeah.
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 It's just a tinted
where
grey.
you
Like,
are, like,
I'm not from Bray, but, you know, went to school there, and it's like, it's definitely affected me.
I feel like that's
For good or bad.
I feel like that's
I'm
it's
the
almost
same.
it's left a mark.
not completely, but I feel like it's almost unique to Bray as well. Just because like it's such a
Yeah.
like a kind of a closed off community almost. That, like
Yeah.
everyone in Bray knows each other.
Me and the lads were saying this, so like there's a Bray identity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no Greystones identity.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God, I hope there never will be like.
Town without a soul, as the lads say.
Yeah, I was walking down the street after you'd said that, and I was walking down Greystones. I was like, yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
It's nice though.
That's nice.
So in other words, so it's a completely different feel, completely different sound to kind of like the Dublin inner city, Dublin city feel. It's completely different feel out here. Is it?
Because you know we're still like influenced like
Yeah.
largely by like the Dublin music scene, because there's not much of a scene in Bray.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like we want to be aiming to be playing like
Yeah.
big
Dublin,
gigs in
yeah.
Dublin. Do you know what I mean?
To be honest, like when like you know before the lockdown and all that stuff, we were in town probably like I was in town like most of my time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I was
we were.
rarely down
Yeah.
here.
College and
I was
town.
trying to. I was basically just becoming like just staying in town all the time and sort of getting that
Yeah.
Yeah.
sort of vibe going. I think you
Yeah.
guys are the same, right?
Yeah.
Greystones is an interesting one though.
Yeah, I've never
Like,
thought about
I mean,
it.
we did have a song called
Bray
Brayhead
Heads.
Burning.
That is very true. Yeah.
It does set the fire quite a bit.
It
like,
does.
way too often.
It does be quite flammable.
Yeah, sort that out.
It was a metaphor, man.
Is it a big sign up
It's a
on
metaphor for
the
Brayhead
entrance?
burning down.
Like, flammable, please don't light the fires.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know necessarily about the scenery, but just like whenever I get the dart into town, you always have to go around the Brayhead dart rail, and just like that whole like coastline thing, it just shows you how like kind of almost far away but close you are at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just it's the sort of thing that's like the separation for me. Is that like commute?
Going through like Brayhead, like the tunnel.
Yeah,
Or,
the
just
tunnel, like
whole
see, and
community,
even like
yeah.
just going up to Bruce Town, like seeing all the stuff like the Poolbay Towers and all that, and like
Yeah.
transitioning into being in Dublin and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
being in that sort of state of mind. I don't know.
The opposite way out, it is actually quite spectacular. I did the opposite way.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Cramped out,
Coming in.
It's funny, yeah, because like you mentioned the bit between Dalkey and Cloyney, and I was like, yeah, because you know when you go on it so much, you don't even like
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah,
how like
don't
nice it is.
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Virtues would be like, I don't know, it fits with the style of what I'm doing and things
It
like that.
does.
And like, yeah, it's just a way for me to get away from like being myself, you know what I mean? Like, and sort of be able to view things as sort of more of a passive way, I think.
And what type of music is it? Just
It's like, I try and write, you know, like sort of fast-paced sort of pop tunes, I suppose. Like, I try and be as catchy as possible.
Yeah.
My main goal is to get you to keep listening to the song, basically, so I can tell you the shit I'm trying to write about. So, like, a lot of the stuff is very ear candy and, like, poppy, but I love it. I love it so much.
and so is it like EDM or is it actually organic sound? Just
It's, I'm real influenced by, like, by organic stuff and, like, just regular guitar, drums, and bass, and I try and infuse it with, like, yeah. See, I'm not, like, a dance guy. Like, I probably try and, like, I try and, like, put that influence on top of it to make it a bit more interesting. and sort of a bit more like the electronic, maybe not like dance or donk or anything like that.
Pretty sticky though.
But yeah, like I try and like input some of that vibe into it to make it a bit more interesting and palatable to
You got
listeners.
fat load of layers in your song.
Yeah, lots of layers,
Yeah.
lots of vocals. I love vocals. For Cillian has to mix them all.
Yeah,
Like.
he's the mixer,
So you play the bass, they were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You're the bassist, you're the
Guitarist and singer.
Drummers, yeah.
Guitarist.
guitarist.
Lucy also sings.
I can hear you on Blacked Out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That is not. Yeah.
Ah, Black Out's decent.
No, it's fine. I
Good
think it's
tune, it's just
yeah.
not what these are going for. I suppose.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of a different direction we're going in.
Yeah.
With the new stuff anyway.
Way heavier.
Yeah. It's kind of more of a heavy sound, I'd say.
I feel like people are really gonna love it though. Like
I feel like in the early days compared to now, like it was a lot more like you were lead vocals and you were kind of back up, and now it's a lot more like you're bouncing off each other.
It's more
as-
mobile.
Interchangeable.
Yeah,
Because we've got, so we're doing a 5-song EP, so it's like 2 songs. Lucy's like the lead vocalist.
Yeah.
Would you say? And then, well, like, and then like 2, 3 of the songs. Like, there's a lot of songs where like we share like the
Like the
lead
breakup ones,
vocals.
like
the
half
breakup
and half.
ones half and half. Yeah.
What did we call that name?
So what that is?
Still deciding on names.
Crow's foot or something.
Yeah, no, I remember you guys told me that like it was gonna be like a I found out it was gonna be like the duo sort of duetting thing,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stop thinking about somebody that I used to know,
Yeah.
and I was like, that is gonna be sick. I was so excited, and I think it sounds amazing. Like,
Yeah, it sounds pretty different. There's not many bands.
yeah, there's not many bands
Around.
doing that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah, at the
actually
moment.
like trying to handle the duetting and a few songs. Like,
Yeah.
Sounds very exciting. I can't wait for it.
Thank you.
Do you have any? What was your? Have you played gigs as yourselves or
Yes.
Oh,
in the current jazz?
I feel like we were just getting into the swing of it.
We were
though,
starting
when
to play a
the
lot.
COVID
Yeah,
happened.
we were doing like one every 2 weeks, one every 3 weeks.
Yeah, like we had so many lined up. For
Yeah, and it was just Corona came in, put a stop to that. But it's alright, like it's alright.
We'll ramp it up again.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a bummer because like I don't know, once you sort of gain your sort of consistency in the scene, like people will start taking notice of you and stuff like that, and that's like the real thing is just being consistent,
Yeah.
just being there where people are all the time.
We'll be coming back with a boom because
Yeah.
basically, so there's us, Human Virtues, and another guy, Jack Joyce. He's not here today. But, he's recording his EP as well. So the 3 of us, Axe and Cillian and Owen producing.
Yeah.
We have this like sort of collective thing called like Arthouse, and so basically we're planning on like doing like nights for like acts. So like originally it's gonna start off with us 3, and then hopefully we keep going with doing Arthouse nights, get more acts and stuff.
Yeah,
and
become
we'll
more
not
like
just
a-
be exclusively our
Yeah.
acts, but
Yeah.
like friends of us. Well, not even friends, but just like other good artists that
Yeah.
aren't necessarily huge, like the Bray kind of Dundee, South Dublin area.
Just
And
people we like.
Yeah,
you know
kind
what I
of
mean?
get a bit of a community going with it. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's like the
represent
one.
that kind of
That's like the
sound.
one thing I sort of struggle with at the beginning was like trying to find other people to play with and people to
Yeah.
write with and work with. And I feel like just having an infrastructure will be, like make the scene so much better and so much more vibrant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have any advice for musicians in starting up in the scene, getting in bands and that?
Just get going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
just-
gotta like
just get
actually
going.
start.
He's just doing stuff.
Yeah,
Keep
just
doing it.
put yourself
Making
out
shit.
there. Like it's like half the battle is just getting like noticed
Yeah.
and like the more consistent you are, the more people will be able to see you and be interested in you.
And like you're not gonna get to that consistency unless you make a load of shite
Yeah.
first.
And make a bunch
Yeah.
of friends as well who are doing
Yeah.
the same thing,
Yeah.
so you can have like a bit of a.
We've been at this like 2 years nearly, and we're only starting to like really see like major improvements now. Like
Yeah.
we're getting like happy with like what we're coming out with and stuff a lot more consistently because we've been at it for so long. We all know how to work together. We all know
Yeah.
like especially in between the band, like we know our sound. The lads know our sound that we like.
We've
And
all
s-
become a lot more comfortable as like working.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember the first quarter I didn't speak. I was so
You
shy.
didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the last. I don't know. It's sort of you have to have a lot of patience and a lot of love for what you're doing to keep at it. And if you do that and just keep going, it will get better. You just have to start doing the shit first. Like
I'd say for a band, especially that's like never done a gig, I'd say because I remember the first couple of pub gigs we did and stuff like.
Say yes to
Yeah.
monitors.
Say
That-
yes to monitors. If they
That
ask you if
was
you
the
want-
stupidest thing we ever
if they
did.
ask you if you want a
We need
monitor, say
We
yes.
were like, no, we're okay. We don't need that.
And also, just say, like, take anything you can get because, like, even if it's like some like shitty pub in the middle of nowhere, like you're gonna
Good
still be like
Yeah.
improving on your live sets
Yeah.
because it's much different to like how you're like playing in like your practices.
It's all just
Yeah.
through practice, like, but you know, there's many
Yeah.
gigs
Yeah.
and
And
stuff.
you'll learn way more with that, like the shitty gig in the middle of nowhere than you will like in a workman's packs.
Yeah.
You know, you like
Yeah.
you'll learn more about how you play and your style.
That work was good though.
Oh, that was great.
There
yeah.
was something so
You could spin
simple
the drum.
about that.
The one upstairs.
With Jack Joyce.
Jack,
Yeah, that was fast.
that was good
Nice.
buzz.
Totally.
That was fun.
I think my guitar was out of tune for the whole thing with that.
Sonically it was a nightmare, but like the vibe, it felt like a good gig. Like,
That's all you need. It's got to feel like
Yeah.
it. Like.
Jack saved it.
yeah.
Oh, Jack was
Yeah,
class.
it's good.
Jack's EP's coming out soon, actually.
And so Owen's releasing a bunch of.
And Alan's releasing singles and stuff. Yeah, pocket
Well,
track.
the first single we got out is Jack Joyce has a single coming out on August 7th called 56 Roadster, and we're really excited to hear that.
Oh, it's
And
such
Oh,
a
yeah.
you
boss.
see that coming out.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to stop saying
It's Twitch.
Yeet.
Alright.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
I don't know. Anything else we want to say?
Follow all of us on Instagram.
Yeah, shout it out.
I just want
Human virtues.
Human
Inertia. Arthouse Records.
Arthouseie,
Arthouseie.
and then Jack Joyce music.
Jack Joyce music.
Jack Joyce music.
Let's give all them a shout.